Apple Pie Fairy by Tim Buckbird and Laura Eade. Once in a wood by a bubbling brook, up high in an old apple tree, lived a fairy named Annie, a famous cook who baked apple pies on TV. She had her own show for years and years with her best friends, Pip and Cora. Every show ended with whoops and cheers. The fairies simply adored her. All Annie's pies were made with care, simply and with nothing wasted. Whether with berries, pecans, and pears, they were the best you've ever tasted. Then one day the TV screens turned a little glary. In a blaze of color, a new face appeared. Sandra the Strudel Fairy. Sandra's style was fancy. Her pies were never plain. The fairies switched to Sandra's show time and time again. Pip declared, "Chef Sandra will beat us if we let her, so we must do what Sandra does, but do it much, much better." "Sandra thinks that she's the tops," said Cora with a frown. "We'll have to pull out all the stops to win back your baking crown." And so between the TV chefs there arose a competition. To make fancy pies and be the best became each fairy's mission. Every pie the rivals made was fabulously fashioned, with toppings and twirls so high they swayed. Decoration was never rationed. Inside Annie's and Sandra's homes, the sound you always heard was the clatter and clunk of gadgets, which became ever more absurd. They had machines for cutting, slicing, peeling, dicing, flaking, shaking, beating, and breaking, rolling, molding, chopping, folding, whipping, mixing, brushing, and fixing. Soon every fairy across the land was following Sandra's trend. Bigger, better, never bland. Wherever would it end? The machines made every kind of thing in every shape and size, but nobody seemed to notice. Not one made apple pies. But still the gadgets pinged and popped with whirs and purrs and clangs until the night when everything stopped with a flash and a deafening bang. The fairies had a big surprise. Their power had totally blown. Feeling scared, they took to the skies and flocked to Annie's tree home. Pip found candles to light the scene and slippers to warm their feet, but with nothing to power their cooking machines, what would the poor fairies eat? Cora appeared inside the pantry. Annie joined her in despair. As far as either one could see, there was next to nothing there. Just apples and butter and sugar and flour. Annie sighed and said to Sandra, "I think things got out of hand. We forgot what matters in the end. We just didn't understand. Now I know what we should do. We must bake an apple pie. We'll add a spoonful of loving, the ingredient money can't buy." The pie was made the old-fashioned way, tasting sweet just as it should. Sandra said, "Let's not compete," and apple pie was back for good. Annie and Sandra worked together and saw their friendship grow as they starred with Pip and Cora on their brand new TV show. Thanks for joining. See you next time.